Hi, I'm Chioma Ikejani, and this is AMOI Unplugged, Exploring Diversity. On this program, we showcase the steps taken for diversifying and repositioning Nigeria's economy. Because diversification will most certainly ensure that the country is on course for sustainable social economic development. Welcome. Its primary function is to reposition and strengthen the Federal Capital Territory's outdoor advertisement and signage system. Dr. Babagana Adam, the director of the Department of Outdoor Advertisement and Signage, will be speaking to me on how his department is standardizing and regulating the business and practice of outdoor advertisement in the Federal Capital Territory. Welcome to Amoy Unplugged, Exploring Diversity. Today, I'm going to be speaking to Dr. Babagana Adams, and he is the director of the Department of Outdoor Advertising and Signage in our FCTA. Welcome.
Thank you, Amor.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Sure.
Wow, 3 years has gone so long.
We're looking forward to the fourth year.
You know, it's incredible. I want to take you back to prior to being appointed in May 2020. Can you tell me a little bit about your professional career before you got that appointment? What were you doing?
I was the Deputy Director, Monitoring and Evaluation in the Department of Economic Planning, Research and Statistics.
Excellent.
So it was also a challenging place because all the projects in the FCT, we monitor and evaluate them and keep a report under the performance contract agreement established during the previous administration, that every SDA, MDA, SDA, secretariats, departments, and agencies, you need to keep a status report of where you are striving to go. So it was a very challenging department. You know, FCT is a construction site. So every project we have to keep close tab about it on what they do and what they are not doing, so that we can write a report for our boss, the Honorable Minister of the FCT.
So now you come into your office on that day one. What did you meet on ground when you came on board?
The first challenge, records nowhere, data not available, and then discipline completely absent because you're supposed to resume duty 8 to 8:30 in the morning and leave 4 to 4:30 in the evening. None of the above was happening. In fact, some don't even come to the office, yet they receive their alert and their paid salaries. Almost all the vehicles, except maybe one, all the vehicles were gone, non-functioning. They were not properly serviced, equipment non-functioning, and it's just everybody is a boss on his own. And there are some willing staff that are willing to go, but there's no leadership to guide them towards a direction. Everybody was a lot to himself.
Is there any way that you can educate on your responsibilities, your mandate? What vision did you have when you first took this on? As a regulator.
I know, I understand. And it's a practice that is existing globally and even right home, Nigeria. Lagos is doing it very well. As for us, you don't reinvent the wheel. So when I assumed office, I came across the South African manual on outdoor advertisement and control. So the template is just perfect. So already my predecessors have put in place certain rudiments of how to do some few things professionally. So I took it from there and built it to the end. And at a stage, we're even about completing the manual for Abuja on outdoor advertisement and signage. So that is what we put in place. And the mandate is just simple: control, standardize, and regulate outdoor advertisement in Abuja. Number two is to protect the environment, because if you don't preserve your heritage sites, You understand? You don't restrict certain operations of outdoor in your exclusive tourist attracting locations. It's not going to look well. So, thirdly, also, it is the ultimate goal to generate revenue. With the outdoor advertisement, you can now even raise some funds to pay salaries, as well as also beautify and protect the environment, so that at least the bills for doing the job, you don't have to source it anywhere. And then it brings organization. And from there, the local governments that we work with can also learn on how to do the business of outdoor advertisement and signage.
So now you're on ground and you've looked at your mandate, you've looked at your responsibilities. I'd like you to elaborate a little bit more on some of the challenges, some of the bottlenecks, and what were some of those machineries that were put in place to actually deal with those challenges that you're dealing with, that you have to deal with.
Our major challenge is administrative.
Interesting.
I can further break it down to the lack of legal framework. The second other challenge, which also can be linked to the first challenge, is the lack of will for the practitioners to pay for the levies, rates that we are charging for the billboards and signages within the FCT. We have outstanding debts of over 1.1 billion naira as I speak with you. 1.1 billion naira outstanding debts.
Let's say that I want to, because I may want to put some structure out there. What do I have to do to abide by the new reforms that have been put in place by your organization, by your department?
We have about 12 articles. The others are just like every other checklist. You must be registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission.
Okay.
You must have a tax clearance for 3 years.
Wow.
You must have the current certification, engineers that construct for you. You understand? You must have staff. If you have certain number of staff plus, you must be paying the pension. You have the PENCOM certification. So, but the other thing is experience, corporate licensing of your organization, whether it is licensed by APCON.
Okay, so I would actually have to take a test.
Yes, with APCON, how they do it.
I would register
with APCON
and then take a test.
Yes, they will now give you a certificate. Yes. Then we ask for your experience. So at the end of the day, we call you for an interview. We have a panel of nothing less than 5-6 persons. So that we will look at your papers, we will look at your insurance. Because at the end of the day, what you're putting on the road, on the street, has to be safe. And if there is an accident, then somebody has to be indemnified. Somebody has to pay for even your staff, even our staff, or even just a resident passing by. The wind can throw up anything. Even if it is standard, there can be accidents. So if you don't have all this insurance, the tax clearance and other things, then we cannot register you in the FCT. Then you must have an office in Abuja.
How are you handling those challenges of the removal of illegal signages and outdoor advertising infrastructures, as well as activities of illegal consultants who collect money from unsuspecting people like me without remitting it to the right TSA department?
Shoma, I need to tell you something.
Tell me.
January 7, 2020, I was nearly killed.
What?
At the Games Village.
Wow.
By these consultants and these technical agents that are collecting the money directly to their benefit without remitting anything to government. So they came with 3 bus lots.
Oh my
with
gosh.
clutches like hotel bouncers, hefty human beings. Unfortunately for us, the then Commissioner of Police, Bala Chiroma, sent a team of policemen that rescued us.
Wow.
The design was for me to be arrested along with some of my staff. They were all arrested, taken to the police station at Uye, and the case has been in court.
But how does this, I was having a conversation with one of your staff, and I don't understand how this works. The Department of Outdoor Advertising and Signage you have a responsibility and a mandate, as you have told me, to issue licenses. Where does this get, how does this licenses get into unsuspecting hands?
Okay, the lack of the legal framework. The local government staff and administration, you know, in every organization you have bad eggs. You have the good, the bad, and the ugly. So in that aspect, some of the local government staff go against even their management setup to issue fake, fictitious contract agreement and letters to individuals and corporate bodies for them to generate revenue for selfish reasons. So these people now get it, and they even compromise some of the staff within certain departments in the area councils. So they go and mislead the gullible minds across the city.
Wow.
Without checking, people end up paying millions of naira to these fake companies.
Wow.
So what did I do? I tried through the FCT administration, and I must thank the FCT administration under the leadership of Muhammad Musa Bello, Dr. Ramatu Tijani Aliu, and our permanent secretary then, Oha, Christian Oha, and now Deshola Olushadi. We had a meeting, a tripartite kind of meeting, with the area councils, the FCT administration, and DOAS, so that at least we can sit down and understand. Because all the money collected for outdoor advertisement and signage is shared between the area councils, the FCT administration, and the Department of Outdoor Advertisement and
then
signage.
you have this
big
leakage.
Yes, and then we have to educate them that this leakage is not benefiting DOAS, it's not benefiting FCTA, it's also not benefiting the area councils. So we have to make them see who are the big losers is the area councils that are the big losers. So when they got that realization, let me tell you something, Chioma. Within 3 days after that meeting that we culminated in doing a press conference with the then chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council, in 3 days, under mobile advertisement, FCT realized 35 million.
What?
In 3 days.
You spoke about some of the challenges and the leak, the gigantic leak of revenue, but how you and your stakeholders are working together to bring back those things that have been lost by the touts that are taken advantage by unsuspecting people like me. Now, do you think that technology can play a part as being part of the solution to some of the leakages? How has can technology enhance the Department of Outdoor Advertising?
Yes, it has. It has. We were using the bank, but you know, with the directive of Mr. President, the TSA has to be implemented. You know, we had Treasury single account through banks then, before it's been refined now in FCT, it comes through remitter. Remitter or nothing. That's how we collect. So that's technology too. But we are even trying to take it to the next level. We have developed an app that at the sites, you understand, wherever you're paying, we have the POS, you can pay through the USSD code. That is also technology. You can also pay through your phone, text message. If you have credited either your card or your bank is linked, it drops down. And we are also trying to introduce radio frequency identification devices or codes or whatever you call them, so that anybody who has our billboard has this RFID attached to it. So by just putting a scanner or our phone to it, we'll see this is AMOI. And AMOI has paid 1st January 2022. And the next payment is due anytime from January 1st, 2023.
That's technology.
That's technology. Any car that is moving, maybe it has an AMOI logo on the car. As it is moving, we don't have to stop it. If you have paid, we will now get the signal. If you have not paid, we will pick it up. So all the addresses within the city of companies that have vehicles that are commercial and that are branded, we also have their addresses, we have their office numbers, we send them emails, We send them WhatsApp messages and other communication means so that they pay. Once they don't pay, we now announce when we will be enforcing from X to Y date, and there's no reason why you cannot hold back. So we are gradually getting there, and that is why I think there is an increase on the level of sanity within the city of Abuja. I can keep on and on and on to tell you that the inventory tracking software that the department is even trying to round up, that at the end of the day, in January, we will tell you this is the revenue we anticipate. So by December, we will now tally it with the account and the payments and tell you who has paid and who has not paid. It's all technology that can do that.
So it's interesting. Now, when you first came, I'm going back to 2019, and if one of your mission was to generate revenue, in 2019, what was that revenue at that time? And then when you look at 2020, 2021, 2022, when you look at the graph, if you were starting here, is there an upward trajectory? Because God knows we need internally generated fund.
Since I assumed office, when I was appointed by the Honorable Minister, we have never looked back. My appointment was May 20th, and you could see, it's not even May, I started work in June. The total of what they were generating before I came, 333 million in 3 years. But we generated 469 million in less than 6 months. What did we do differently?
That's the question.
What we did differently is we were transparent and honest. Then we changed the psyche of the staff. From not coming early to work, people started coming early to work. You understand? And not just coming to work and sitting down and gossiping. We were working. I will tell you something that we are trying to evolve and we've been doing to engage the community and indigenous people of Abuja to make money from outdoor advertisement. If you are in Maitama, we give you that responsibility within Maitama for you to collect the revenue. Then FCT will agree on a certain percentage that you collect. Let's say it's 10%. So for every 50 million, for every 10 million you collect, you get 1 million. And when you bring, let's say from each ward, you bring a male, a female, a young person, somebody living with disability, you understand? And you engage them in this collection. And you create a porter cabin office for them. You understand? We now as DOAS give them the billable areas and the bills. They now go out to dispatch the bills, wait for payment, and if you don't pay, they enforce. You see, the money trickles into DOAS. We can split it from source. Because if you pay the 1 million, automatically as it enters the account, if there's an agreement and there's an approval and the process is accepted and is done, the moment the 1 million hits the Treasury single account, there is an established, transparently done process. Then 100,000 hits the account of the small group of people working. You see, the outdoor advertisement and signage is not only for revenue. You remember I said protecting the environment? Outdoor advertisement and signage is also like a
How
cross.
is it eco-friendly to climate change?
That's what I'm telling you now. We even help climate change with outdoor advertisement and signage. And that's why I even tell some friends that it's like a sentence. It's like a composition. If you don't have comma, punctuation, you see, it doesn't make a meaning. So outdoor advertisement and signage, house numbering, street names are the punctuations of a city. You see, if I want to drive to number 1, Ekejani Clark, or Ngozi Uwela, or Aminu Kano Crescent, you understand?
Yes.
I've been told Aminu Kano Crescent, I put it to Google Map. Number 2. So if I am beginning to drive from DOAS office along Katangpe to these areas, it will take me there.
Yes.
But Google cannot take me into the house.
Right.
If it is number 10, Ekejani Clark Avenue.
Yes.
So I have to get to Katangpe and I have to get to Murtala Mohammed Way or somewhere, Ahmadu Bello Way to get me there. So once I get to Ekejani Clark Avenue, if the house number is covered, if the street name is covered, I wouldn't know if this is actually the street. I need a validation to look up and see the street sign.
Yeah.
So if it's there, I'm lucky. If it's not there, I'll keep on driving to confirm that this street is there. As I'm driving, my exhaust is functioning.
Right.
The carbon is emitted. You understand? The fumes are there. In fact, yesterday I learned even the tires have their dust of rubber that is released. So you get to the house, the number 10, one idiot has put a banner on it. You will now be moving from 8 and 11 looking for number 10. It's also some seconds. And life can be lost in seconds.
Yeah.
So that is why unknowingly people think outdoor advertisement does not have relevance in climate change. It does. We have also retrieved wastes equivalent to about 3 747. You see how massive a 747 is? 3 of them is the waste we have removed within FCC, Federal Capital City, and FCT. Is it done? No, it's still work in progress. And by the grace of God, as we get the legal framework, administrative framework, and we get the financial template, aided with the technology that you spoke about, that I gave you even the hint of how we have been making it, I think we will get there.
So now, looking to the future as we wrap up the interview, talk to me a little bit about your short-term, your medium-term, and your long-term prospects.
Our short-term, I think we have achieved that, because the indiscipline, the illegal, the substandard, the registration. Our medium term that we are doing now is engaging, working with the people, public participation, community participation. That's the medium term. Our long term, I think we don't need to even go out of our office to go and meet anybody. It will be technology driven. You can pay right from your home for your billboards, and at the end of the day, we can issue you with a receipt right at your home. So that at the end of the day, people are so enlightened and educated that they know that a DOAS person cannot even come to their doorstep except to enforce.
Exactly.
You understand? That is our vision. I think we have enjoyed a government that has not been interfering or having favoritism to who you will collect your revenue from or not. That is what made DOAS tick. The Honorable Minister does not interfere.
Interesting.
If there is an appeal from an elitist group, he always wants you to do the right thing, always, every day, every minute. And I am attributing all the success of that to the Honorable Minister, FCT Muhammad Musa Bello.
So his hands off.
And his permanent secretaries. All of them are hands off. They don't interfere. They just tell you, follow the law, follow the guideline.
And I think the way that you had internal restructuring by motivating your staff. So I think it's a collective
responsibility. That's right.
So thank you. Did I say more? I'm sure you've enjoyed that interview. Till I come your way again, let's continue the conversation on my social media platforms. I am Chioma Ikejani. Bye-bye and stay safe.